In this video, we will discuss about the effects of filter predicate and Windows function row number. I'll be using database AdventureWorks DW for this demo. I'll be creating two views. The first view is VW underscore table one, which is a simple view which brings in all the data from object table one. The second view is same as the previous view, that is VW underscore table one. The only difference is like we are not using a select star. Instead, what we are doing is like we are bringing in only the required rows, that is column one and column two. And also we have this row number over order by column one. This is what we are doing as far as the second view VW underscore table two is concerned. Let's execute that. Now what we'll do is like we will turn on set statistics IO on, and then let's execute the second view. The second view is basically just bringing in the required rows, and what I'm doing is like I'm bringing in all the data from view VW underscore table 2. The predicate of column 1 is equal to 1. So let's execute that. So if I look at the statistics information, what I'm able to see is like we are doing close to 568 logical reads. Let's look at the execution plan. And what I'm seeing is like I'm basically like if we look at the results, it is just one row we are returning. When I look at the execution plan, what I'm seeing is like we have a cluster index scan on the table one. But what I'm able to see is like we are estimating close to 1,18,890 rows, and I'm returning 1,18,890. But if you look at the query results, it just returned one row. But what we are doing here is like basically we are reading through all the records on that particular table. And then if you look at the execution plan, what is happening is like we are moving across all the rows on that particular table, which is table one, but this filter predicate is basically filtering out all the row and then sending only one row to the select operator. So that means like what we are doing is like we are reading all the records, and then 99.99% of the records are filtered out at the later stage, and then we are sending just one record to the select operator. Yep, and on the other hand, if I execute this query, so what I'm basically doing is that the second view, what it basically does is like it basically contains this Windows function row number inside the view. But as far as the first view is concerned, it is a simple select star from table one definition. But what I'm doing is like I'm putting this Windows function row number business logic outside of the view. I'm not putting it inside the view, I'm putting it outside the view. And let's see how is the execution here. So if I look at the messages, I'm just doing two logical reads. I'm again returning same results as the previous one where I'm just returning only one row. Now if I look at the execution plan, I'm no longer doing 1,18,000 rows estimation and returning it. I'm just reading one row and then returning it. That's it. The estimated number of rows to be read is one. That is, estimated number of rows for all execution is one, and the actual number of rows for all execution is one. So I'm no longer reading all the rows and then filtering it out and then just returning one row. Instead, what I'm doing is like while reading itself, I'm just filtering it out everything and reading the required rows. That's the difference. So what I'm going to do is like I'm going to run both of these queries here. And then if I look at the execution plan, the first query is like the query cost is 99% and second query is 1%. Evidently, that seems to be true because here I'm like doing 1,18,000 record read, but here I'm just doing only one. And if I look at the messages here, what I'm able to see is like the second query is like 250 times better than the first one as far as the logical reads is concerned. And what I'm seeing is like the second query is definitely more efficiently using the resources, and this seems to be kind of a win-win situation, at least the second query. Now, what is happening is like the first query when first query which uses your view 2, there is vw underscore table 2, where you have this Windows function row number inside the view, and we have this in the business logic. What we are doing as far as the second execution is concerned, we are not putting that within the view. Instead, we are bringing that calculation outside the view and then explicitly calling it from the query. And that way, we are getting a tremendous improvement as far as the execution of the second query is concerned. And also, thing to remember is like we basically have to like call what is actually required. So the second query is definitely performing better than the first one. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Jai Hind.